Thank you everybody for being a part of my tribe. Let's talk about this book, Atomic Habits. What do I love about this book? Now, first of all, I should let you know I'm part of a book club. So we pick motivational books that'll help to inspire, to encourage, and to learn from. So every Sunday we gather, and this is the book that we last read. Yeah, it is. So, Atomic Habits. Principles that we are all aware of in our everyday lives, but sometimes we take for granted. And it's about making minute changes, small changes that will create a domino effect and become a new habits. Because everything we do in life consists or is a habit. The fact that we get up maybe on the right side of the bed as opposed to the left side. The fact that we brush our teeth with our right hand. The fact that we probably put our right foot into our pant leg as opposed to the left. Everything we do is a habit. The route that you take to go to work. The fact that you may show up late for work or early. It's a habit. So it's for you to become aware of what are good habits as opposed to what are bad habits. To create a list, look at the pros and cons. Which ones could you keep? Am I always sleeping in? What do I want to improve on? Do I want to wake up early? Set a goal. My objective is to start waking up at 6:30 or maybe 5:30 in the morning. And then you work towards making small changes. The thing with habits though, you can't take on too much at once. So it's always best to probably attack 2 habits at a time. And until you get that down pat and perfected, then you've reached a goal. And that's what a habit is. Changing a routine that you usually do and creating this new habit, which is also a goal. So once you obtain the new goal, you're now going to move on to another habit or another 2 habits. Because if you try to do more than 2, your brain cannot handle more than that. So a lot of nuggets in this. I probably should even read something. I have so much pages in here bookmarked. So let me read something to you really quick. If I can find something worthwhile to give you. I mean, this book is full of nuggets, honestly. Let's see. One of the ways to find a trigger of your habit is to brainstorm a list, which I kind of touched based on. You can use a habit scoring card in the last chapter, and you make 2 columns. In the first column, you write down habits that you do without fail, and the second column, things that you'd like to change. So, no, you can't see it, so I won't even show you that. But it gives you the habit stackings, which are the cues, the craving, the response, the reward. So every time when you do achieve a new habit, always reward yourself. We as humans, we always crave for that accolade. We are always craving for that a boy or a reward. So reward systems really work. So if you can implement something where you can praise yourself or give yourself a reward for doing well, yes. So I really, 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 really suggest this book. For example, if you want to start running, what do? Put your running shoes by your bedside. It may not be the ideal thing to do when you think about it, but logically, when you get up and you see your shoes by the bed, it's like it'll be a reminder, a trigger. Say, yeah, I should try and get running. Even if you don't, at least put the running shoes on. That's the first step. And then you'll take it further. Let's walk to the front door to see if we can get out the front door. Next step, next day. Let's take a walk around the block and eventually take a jog around the block. And then the next probably day, let's take a run around the block. So if that's your end result, your end goal, take baby steps and get there. Okay, so this example gives an example of a person running a 5-kilometer walk, but the objective is to put on the shoes, maybe walk for 10 minutes, walk for 10,000 steps, then do a 5K run, and then do a marathon. And it's really important to understand that what the good habits are from the bad habits. Another thing here, in each chapter, they give you a summary. So the secret to maximizing your odds of success is to choose the right field of competition. Pick the right habit and progress it easy. Pick a wrong habit and life will become a struggle, which we do go through a lot. Genes cannot be easily changed, which means they provide a powerful advantage in favorable circumstances. Like say if you wanted to be a marathon runner, but you're a short person, probably, you take longer to get to the end of the race as opposed to somebody who's probably 6 feet tall with long striding legs. They're genetically made up which would be feasible for them to run a marathon race. So don't condemn yourself, but that is something to take into mind. I don't want to be babbling on about this book, but it is full of great advice for you to achieve, whether it could be small things like, I just want to learn how to play an instrument. Do the little stacking and find out what it is that you need to do to get to the end result, and use a habit tracker as what they suggest in that book, and then take the baby steps. First, probably look up the information online. See if you can find somebody in your area, make the inquiry. Probably purchase a violin, which I do have. Secondly, find a school in this area. Trek to that school and make the inquiry. Make the registration. Show up the next day. All right. This is my book recommendation. Get it. Read it. I'd love to hear if you've read this book and what your perceptions are about it or your feedback. I loved it. So that's my nugget for you tonight. Atomic Habits by James Clear.